Hi guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my July book haul. This month I acquired 15 books, or 15 physical books. I might actually do an ebook haul at some point next month. Stay tuned. So I have 15 books here. I have some from publishers, I have some that I've purchased myself, some that I have definitely already read and some that I'll be reading very soon. So let's jump straight into it. This past month, Scholastic very kindly sent me 3 books for review. I haven't read them yet. I'm planning on reading them in the next week, so stay tuned. There is Maddie's Comeback by Nita Hess. This is a junior fiction book all about soccer, and I can't wait to read this one. I also received a copy of Our Race for Reconciliation, also by Nita Hess. This is set in the year 2000. Fun fact, I actually lived in Sydney during the Sydney Olympics and I did get to go, which was really cool. And this is the story of Mel, who is very excited to find out that her hero, Kathy Freeman, is coming to speak at her school. And this book is all about Indigenous heritage and I'm very much looking forward to reading it. I was also sent a copy of The Hero of Nambani by Nikki Drayden, but this is part of the Overwatch books, which I don't know much about Overwatch. I will read this, but I was also sent this to be part of the Instagram tour in early August, so stay tuned for that. From Alan and Unwin, I received a copy of The Erasure Initiative by Lily Wilkinson. Oh my goodness, try saying that name very quickly. It's quite hard. I love Lily Wilkinson's books. She always has these really cool, creepy elements woven into a YA story. So I'm very much looking forward to picking this up in early August. Onto the books that I purchased for myself. I purchased a copy of Living on Stolen Land by Amberlynn Quay-Molina. This is a book told in prose. On the back it says, "At once a call and a guide to action, this beautifully articulated declaration is a must-read for anyone interested in decolonising Australia." I've heard nothing but good things about this. I love Amberlynn Quay-Molina's work and I am so excited to pick this up as soon as I can. I also picked up a copy of Growing Up African in Australia. This one is edited by Maxine Beneva-Clark. This is part of the Growing Up in Australia series. So I think after this one, the only one I will not have read after I read this one is Growing Up Asian in Australia, but I'm looking forward to diving into this. I just need to set aside some time to read through all the stories. This is a collection of short essays by African Australians, and the whole series that is done up like this has been so insightful and confronting and eye-opening, and I've been meaning to read this for a long time, so I'm glad I finally have a copy of it. I also purchased a copy of Chasing Lucky by Jen Bennett. I'm hoping to read this very soon because Jen Bennett is an author for me. I love her YA books and I'm very excited to read this one. This cover is gorgeous. I found a copy of This Is How It Always Is by Laurie Frankel. I actually found this for $3 and I read this earlier in the year when Kathy recommended it to me to read and I fell in love with it, so I wanted to have a copy. So when I saw it for really cheap, I decided I really wanted to have a copy on my shelf so that I can recommend it to 2 people by showing them, this is what the book looks like, you need to go read it now. I also picked up a copy of Diamond Fire by Alona Andrews. This is book 3.5 in the Hidden Legacies series. This is the start of Catalina's point of view. And I've decided to buy Catalina's books in the Hidden Legacy series, so I decided to start with this one and I want to reread it at some point. You've already seen me talk about this book this month. I did pick up a copy of Alpha Night by Nalini Singh. This is the latest book in Eastside Changeling series and I absolutely adored it. We're up to book 19 in that series, so it's a long running one and I just want more. I picked up a copy of Romancing the Duke by Tessa Dare. This was the first Tessa Dare book I read, so I thought I should have a copy of it just to remind me that this was my first foray into her books and I adored this book a lot. I also picked up a physical copy of Daring and the Duke by Sarah MacLean. This is the 3rd and final book in the Bare Knuckle Bastards series. I have read the first 2 books and I do own them. This one arrived because it was on pre-order and I haven't read it yet, but I really, really want to. And finally, I picked up the New Camelot trilogy by Sierra Simone. The other week you would have heard me talk a lot about American Queen, which I read and absolutely adored just because it was so beautifully written and so out there. So I decided to buy physical copies of the books because why not? So there is American Queen, American Prince, and American King. They make up the 3 books in the trilogy and they are very steamy, erotic romance books about the President of the United States, but it's not quite our world, so take that as you will. Just know that I will be reading the rest of this series very soon and talking about it probably a lot because I'm still thinking about American Queen. So those are all the books that I have acquired in the last month. In the comments below, let me know if you have read any of these books or if you're planning on reading them in the future. Otherwise, feel free to let me know something you have picked up in the last month that you have either really enjoyed or you're really excited to read. I hope that you guys are staying healthy and safe and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.